Hi, my name is Anne-Marie and I work with the Aberdeenshire Health and Social Care Partnership. And to raise awareness of the work that occurs in Aberdeenshire to support and protect adults, I'm having a chat with Susan Maclaren, the chair of the Aberdeenshire Adult Protection Committee. Hi Susan, welcome. Can you tell me a little bit about the role you have in protecting adults in Aberdeenshire?
Yes, thank you, Anne-Marie, for giving me this opportunity, and hello. The Adult Protection Committee in Aberdeenshire brings together all those agencies involved in the support and protection of vulnerable adults. This includes health, police, social work colleagues, and of course the voluntary, or also known as the third sector. The committee develops local policy and procedures. We consider the data and performance information. We lead on improvement work and we oversee any significant case reviews that we may be carrying out. As independent convener, it is my role to ensure the committee carries out its work effectively and efficiently, that we have an appropriate level of challenge in the system, and that we are able to demonstrate this to the chief officers in Aberdeenshire.
Thanks, Susan. You've been in this post for around a year now. How has that been?
Well, 2020, as everybody knows, has been an incredibly challenging year for us all. I have been incredibly impressed by the way our colleagues around the committee table have risen to the challenge by making full use of the digital tools that are available to us. The demand for protection services has increased, and as a result of the impact of lockdown, we're seeing more issues related to anxiety and isolation, resulting in increased demand for mental health services, drug and alcohol services, and the like.
You noted that this has been a difficult year. What are some of the strengths in Aberdeenshire that has reduced risk for adults at risk of harm?
Aberdeenshire has strength across all of their communities. We have seen the population respond to the pandemic in an incredibly positive and supportive way. The partners around the IPC table have consistently prioritised public protection throughout the year, and I am in awe of all the frontline practitioners from all the organisations who strive constantly to serve the public to the highest standard. On behalf of the Adult Protection Committee, I would like to thank all of those staff for this commitment in these difficult times.
Over the last year, there have been an increase in adult protection concerns being reported to the Aberdeenshire Adult Protection Network. Most concerns come from professionals, but an increasing number come from members of the public, neighbours, friends and families of vulnerable adults. What is your key message to anyone watching this?
This is probably the most important part of this conversation we're having. Adult protection is everybody's responsibility, and we rely on all residents to be able to keep an eye on the people that may not be able to look after themselves and report any concerns. We know that involving services can be very difficult for lots of people, but I would like to take this opportunity to reassure people that any response is proportionate and appropriate to identified needs. Often that phone call will lead to a simple support being put in place and can prevent things from escalating.
Thank you, Susan, for taking part in this video and for all the work you do with the Adult Protection Committee. Can you tell people how to find out more information about the work that is done in Aberdeenshire and how to make a referral?
Absolutely, it's really very simple. At the end of this conversation, we'll put a slide up which will give you a link to our website. In addition to that, if you search on Aberdeen Council website or indeed NHS Grampian or Police Scotland under Adult Protection, you will find links to the appropriate pages which will give you all the information on who to contact and telephone numbers and the kind of information that you'll be required to give. Again, I would like to thank everybody, all the agencies involved who actually serve and protect the vulnerable people in Aberdeenshire, and all those who look out for one another and protect each other during these very difficult times.